Hello, I'm gonna do the JLR thing. Come on in, come on in. Okay, no, really though. Let's go. Come on in. I gotta do my own. Nico's gonna be joining the live stream here in a moment. I want to kind of show you guys a video. I guess we'll watch this as we're waiting for Nico to come in. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Let's check this out. Make sure it's good. Yes, this is a discussion from home with Nico. I've been talking about doing one. Nico has surgery tomorrow. So I called Nico earlier. I was like, hey, man, how you doing? Do you want to do a live stream today real quick? Are you feeling up for it? If not, no worries. But I know a lot of people are worried about you. So Nico's got, I think, shoulder surgery tomorrow. I haven't been covering the Nancy Guthrie case since I came home. Let me get this over here. Oh, damn, we got 300 people up in here. But I have not covered the Nancy Guthrie case since I came home to California. It's been about 2 weeks now that I've been home. I've just been chasing scanner calls and doing some stuff around town. Sorry, I try not to burp. There's been some new emails sent to TMZ. They keep on calling them ransom letters. I don't really think they're ransom letters. I guess in a way they are, but in a way, to me, it's not, because it's not like, hey, you give me money, I'll give you Nancy. It's more like, oh, give me a Bitcoin and I'll give you I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm going to play this real quick.
The headlines that we're covering on this Sunday, as we have the latest on the months-long search.
This is live now from Fox.
On your screen, the mother of today's
sound good?
Savannah Guthrie. All of this has been developing at this point for many months, and we continue to gather new information. This week, it was revealed that a second ransom note sent to media outlets after the initial kidnapping of the Arizona woman claimed that Nancy Guthrie was dead and, quote, buried with nature. After that revelation, TMZ reported it received another email from a person claiming to know the identities of Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers. The author wrote that he had...
I know they're saying identities, but I keep on... For me, I personally feel like it's only one person. And I'll get into that in a little bit.
Stashed away with, quote, a short video of the main guy with Nancy the day that was probably her...
Main guy, I think it's the only guy.
Last, end quote. He explained that he would turn over the phone and the identities of both kidnappers in exchange for 1 Bitcoin. TMZ reports it authenticated the new email as being from the same person who sent previous ones, and it appears...
I don't understand how they authenticated it, because for me, I feel like if you authenticate something, then you have to get the IP address and all that stuff. If you get the IP address, I think they just said it's from the same email address, but I don't think it's from... I think they want to check. You'd want to check, IP addresses. Oh, Nico's in here.
Yeah.
Nico, how you doing, man?
What's up, brother?
Oh, just hanging in there. Enjoying the cooler weather in Bakersfield right now. How's Florida?
I'm not enjoying the cooler weather in Florida.
Normally it's over
today with 94% humidity.
Yeah, I think I looked earlier. It's supposed to be a high of 85, and I'm like, yes, it's nice and cold. I put on my sweater. I was just kind of talking about the ransom letters and stuff. Have you been keeping up to date on the ransom letters that have been coming out?
I've been hearing bits and pieces. Man, that TMZ drives me crazy.
Do you think
Why in the world would you put out information publicly without giving it to the feds first?
Yeah.
Totally irresponsible.
What do you think about it? That's what you think, that
yeah.
Well, even news nations reporting on TMZ. TMZ at the center of the search for Nancy Guthrie. Personally, to me, I think that my thoughts on it is TMZ, they make money. When they get the new headlines to the center of attention, they're making money. So I think that's why they're so into these letters that they're getting. Do you think the letters to TMZ are real?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, you mean the ones in the beginning or the ones now?
The one that I think the first two were real. The one where they said the very first one, and then also the other one where they described the cell phone, or not a cell phone, the location of a watch or something,
Mhm.
and then said she was deceased and buried in nature.
Mhm.
But the ones now that TMZ, I don't think those are real.
No.
What-
No, this is a guy that, or a gal that is, or maybe even a team that's trying to extort money from the family in a last ditch effort because they think the FBI is, and rightly so, the FBI is getting close, I believe, to apprehending this abductor.
You think so?
I do.
Do you think it's just one person, or do you think there's multiple, like the letters are stating?
Yeah, well, I still, I'm a person that's always follow the evidence, and until they show me otherwise, I've only seen one cat on that video. I think they got it wrong when they said the one with the back without the backpack and the gun was on a different day. I don't believe that for a minute. I think he that that shot is after or before rather that he actually went back inside and picked up Nancy and then brought her out the front door and put her in the vehicle.
So you think it's from the same night?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Now, for me, I personally believe it's one person, because I think if it was two persons, I don't think that they would have done the shoulder carry. You got me convinced that it was a shoulder carry, that she was carried out, fireman's carry, because the way the blood was on the door and how you're talking about the tests and stuff, it makes sense. I also don't believe that just one person would have walked up. I think they would have, concealed the identities a little bit better, walked up, ripped the camera off a little bit better. And then even then, if it was two people, they could have just carried her out the back and not even been on the camera in the first place. So
yeah, I think ultimately they had to get that camera out of the way so there wouldn't be any vehicle exposure. I don't think he was worried about anybody else coming out or anybody catching a glimpse of Nancy being kidnapped or anything like that. I think that was to totally prevent anybody from seeing what the vehicle looked like.
Now, that's the other thing. Do you think they might have a vehicle of interest on camera? Like they might be investigating one of the vehicles that was on camera that night, or pursuing that any further?
Yeah, I think there's a good possibility. Because I mean, look at the video and then the still that they sent out to the public. They're certainly not going to give away information on a suspect vehicle unless they thought that the public was in further danger from a very, very violent multiple casualty suspect, like for instance, Brian Kohlberger, right? That psychopath murdered 4 teenagers, and they couldn't identify that vehicle fast enough and put it out to the public in hopes that it would prevent, whoever was doing the killing at the time, we didn't know it was Kohlberger, to help identify where that vehicle was at. And sure enough, that's what led to his downfall, to his arrest. Somebody doing their due diligence at work on a different campus.
It's true. So why do you think we haven't I guess what I should ask is there? Do you think there's more footage than we know about when it comes to vehicles?
If I was a betting man, I would bet the farm that there is some more footage that they're not showing.
So they usually keep the extra evidence kind of secretive until they make the final arrest, or do you think it'll eventually come to light how much evidence they really do have?
Well, yeah, I mean, after they, arrest the suspect, the information is going to come out, whether it's passed on to the defense and, discovery for the upcoming trial, or if the suspect takes a plea, does a plea bargain because he cooperated with showing law enforcement where Nancy's body was, something like that. But I don't know that they'd show the full hand, because the tactics and techniques that are utilized by the feds and some of the really top-notch other agencies, you don't always want to show everybody or the world the capabilities that you do have.
That's true, because then you make smarter criminals.
Yes,
in a way.
You're exactly right.
So,
and frankly, we've, just with the online detectives, and I'm one of them now, right? We've probably,
Nico the Sleuth,
innocently have probably, said a little too much, during interviews and stuff like that. And, because a lot of stuff isn't classified, but you want to be careful on how much you say and who you're saying it to, because the bad guys are listening just as much as all of the good guys, right? You and I have had this discussion. I wouldn't doubt from one bit that the guy that's involved with Nancy's abduction, I guarantee you he watches your show, and a couple of others, especially like Brian Enton, all of the YouTubers that have been covering Nancy's case like on a daily and nightly basis, News Nation, even Savannah's news network, because that's how they gain intelligence, and that's how they figure out where things are related to the case.
I agree. Where's that? I want to show you something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is do you think that how do I say this? With all these internet sleuths out there,
Uh-huh.
and in a way I do think that they are like giving the wrong guys too many credits. Like I've seen I saw the signs get put up in the neighborhood, right? And a lot of people are stuck on this truck I saw that night. So these signs right here that I found.
Yes.
That night, the truck was out, and a lot of people are accusing a different person. Anyways, a lot of people are saying that they belong to this. It was this other truck, like a 1980s Chevy Silverado, that I saw that night. I know what I saw. It wasn't a 1980s Chevy Silverado. But someone jumped up and said, "Hey, that's my brother." And ironically, they have a 1980s Chevy Silverado. And I'm like, that's not the truck I saw that night. I think what I'm trying to ask you is, do you think that the actual suspect is getting off on other people being accused of doing this? Like, let's say the suspect's name is Mountain Dew and they're blaming Dr. Pepper for the kidnapping. Do you think the suspect named Mountain Dew is getting happy or angry or any type of feeling when they accuse someone else of being the perp?
I think I think it's both getting angry and, fantasizing about when people give him credit. I mean, that's how their psychopathic mind works. Some of them get really irritated if somebody else becomes the center of attention because of a crime they committed. Others will call in BS information or submit BS information online to try and steer the investigation in a different direction. But 99.9% of the time, law enforcement is able to see through that stuff like right away. Not saying that they know automatically who the suspect would be, but they know when people are BSing.
Oh, here's a truck right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Are you able to see this right here?
Yeah.
The truck. Now, I'm listening to you too, but that is not a 1980s Chevy Silverado. That's more like an early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
You see how it's lower? It was definitely a Chevy.
Yeah.
You can see the emblem right here.
Yeah. Two-tone. It looks like, is it two-tone?
It has a line on the side, a
Yeah.
small line. So this guy was leaving through the
That's
neighborhood.
definitely 70s, I
Cool
think.
Chevy. Everybody. Ooh, that is actually really old school, dude. I noticed it. I even paid attention to it. And then I come up here. That is probably the oldest. And now I don't think the signs are. They could be. They could not be related. I don't know. But I go to the end of the street and did you see all this right here or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we found the signs. I took a couple pictures of it.
See that sign?
You turned all of that in, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually waited with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement's right here. And then I think this is an undercover deputy or something. I don't know. That might be me. No, that's me. That's my tattoo. But yeah, no, they bagged it, they tagged it, they put gloves on. I actually had Pima County. I called the FBI first, and then I called Pima County, and then they're supposed to have someone call me back. Then I called the FBI, and FBI, while I was on the phone with them, Pima County called me back, and they said, go ahead and have Pima County bag it and tag it. And so what was really interesting is it says Guthrie and Shimmick, Carol Shimmick. Carol Shimmick was another case where I guess she died or something, but she was also she had her own little thing going on with some water battle, I think. I don't know. And then a couple of them had a license plate number on there.
Uh-huh.
But I contacted Brian Enton too, and I talked to Brian about it. And Brian reached out to Pima County, and there was like 3 or 4 signs in the neighborhood that were put up that night. Brian reached out to Pima County Sheriff's Department, and the official statement the next day was not related to the Nancy Guthrie case. Well, if it's not related to the Nancy Guthrie case, why does it say Guthrie on it, and why was it in her neighborhood? Even if it could have said, it could have just been someone that's obsessed with the case, obsessed with the other case. But it definitely says Guthrie, It might not be related.
You could call up and say, hey, I found Nancy Guthrie's wallet in a dumpster, and they'd be like, well, it's probably not related to the Nancy Guthrie case.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I still think that truck, man, I guess what I was going to say is, even if this person is absolutely not related whatsoever, do you think the perp's getting frustrated with this? Like, I think so.
You think he's getting frustrated with like talking about this sign and other stuff not related?
Yeah, like, how do I say it? When I go out and I do something,
mm-hmm.
You and I are going out. Let's say we're going to go out and we're going to go searching, and then all of a sudden someone's like, Jacob and Nico are in San Diego. Blah, blah. It's like, dude, that's completely irrelevant to what we're doing. We're not in San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
and it annoys me. Do you think that all this like sidetracking would be annoying the perp? Being like, no, that's not related. Why are you guys doing this stupid stuff?
Again, it depends on what his mindset is. I suspect that he gets frustrated with some stuff and gets off on other stuff. I would not doubt that he's getting off on watching the suffering of Savannah. And that's exactly why he hasn't sent anything in related to where anybody could find Nancy's remains. Because as long as we don't have her remains, he's still in control.
That's true. This, wasn't one of the first letters directed to Savannah directly?
Yes.
And who were the letters sent to? Tucson News or?
The first one, the first entity, it was sent to I think it was that KVOA or something like that.
News 4 Tucson, where Savannah first worked at before she worked at the Today Show.
Yeah. And then I guess they didn't respond quick enough or put it out there fast enough. And then the next thing you know, it was sent to TMZ.
Was it the same letter sent to TMZ?
That I don't know. But from what I understand, both were directed towards Savannah. And if you remember early on, when you and I first met, we had a discussion, and I had told you my feelings were that he got exactly what he wanted by getting Savannah to talk directly to him in those videos.
So his obsession,
crazy and psychotic as it sounds, that's what these offenders get off on.
Does it like give them an adrenaline rush, or does it make them feel loved, or?
It depends on what the fantasy is. If the fantasy is sexual in nature, they could get aroused. Maybe looking for happiness, maybe looking for love.
Always looking for love in all the wrong places, because this ain't the way to get it. I think 90% of America hates his ass.
It doesn't matter what 90% of America thinks, is what is in his mind and how he thinks of Savannah and how he thinks Savannah thinks of him.
Sorry, my kid just walked in here. What's up?
That's okay.
Yeah. Just don't have any sound on, okay? Okay. Sorry. So my wife, for those people that don't know, my wife makes t-shirts, and her work computer that we got her is a gaming computer, and he's like, Daddy, can I get on the computer real quick? I'll be really quiet. I'm like, I get it. Like, I got headphones. We had 2 super chats. Debuno, thank you so much. Wait, great question, Perp. If you're watching, do the right thing and tell us where you placed Nancy. It's all about bringing Nancy home. And then Mary says, love your work, DGL. I'll pay to see Ruger, the coolest dog ever. Thank you.
He is a cool dog, man.
Yeah, he's actually right here at my feet. Ruger, get up. Come on. Come on. Load up. See if he gets up here real quick. Come on. I'm Dad's Gone Live, the attention deficit disorder kid with ADD or ADHD. Here he is. He's a pretty neat little puppy. So another thing I wanted to kind of touch base on, Nico, was the YouTuber arrest and like your thoughts on it. The 857, Juice, and Criminal Network, 3 YouTubers were arrested and or cited outside of Nancy Guthrie's home. Do you think there's any validity in those charges? Do you think they're going to, what's your thoughts?
Look, again, this is something you and I had talked about before. Yeah. I think a lot of this could have been avoided with conversations between the news media, the YouTubers, the HOA, Nancy's family, and the sheriff's office. When we start going out and targeting people for specific reasons, it's only going to irritate those people to where they're going to want to do stuff more, because they feel like their rights are being violated. And then at the same time, look at what it's doing to the respect for law enforcement. When you got law enforcement officers saying, hey man, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, but I'm being ordered to, that sends a very bad signal to the community and to the taxpayers. I could tell you, and if you look back, I think it was Alex. The second time Alex got arrested, I literally was speaking to him 10 minutes before that.
I know that. Hey, there was people going online saying Nico's an undercover. He got Alex arrested. I was like, no, not at all. Sorry.
Yes, I got my first YouTuber arrest.
Nico, I'm kicking him out of the chat, guys. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the case at all. That was whoever put that online, guys. I laughed at it. I was like, you cannot get any dumber than that. Nico is retired law enforcement, but that's not Nico's only goal is to help find Nancy, not to impede on our First Amendment rights.
Yeah. But I rolled up to get a glance of Nancy's house again because I wanted to see something specifically. And while I was rolling through, I looked over to my left, and sure enough, there was Alex. And I stopped in my vehicle and rolled down the window. I was like, hey, dude. He's like, hey, man. And I was like, I said something to the effect of, are you guys able to sit out here again and stuff like that? And I forget what his response was, but I can tell you this. He was not in the street 1 inch. He was back on the easement, like pretty far back, where I almost didn't see him. Right? If he would have been on the street, I would have saw him when I rolled up heading towards Nancy's house, but he was not. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what probable cause they arrested him on when they went out there that time. I pulled away, and I kid you not, 10, 15 minutes later, my phone is blowing up on Messenger. Alex is getting arrested. Can you go and get his equipment? And I had turned around from where I was and went to go get his equipment. There must have been some inclination that they were going to leave his stuff out there or something like that, which I didn't think they do that anyway, because I think that stuff that you guys utilize is pretty expensive. But
it is.
Anyway, by the time I got back out there, he was already in the back of a patrol car, and they had the street completely locked down. You would have thought there was some huge case going down. And I asked the guy, can I go back and grab his stuff? He's like, nope, you got to turn around. So I did not see his equipment on the side of the road where he was sitting. So I imagine they had already either put it in a vehicle or, somebody came and took it already or what have you. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually I went back probably about an hour, maybe hour and a half after you went to go check. Actually, right after I got off the phone with you, I got up and got ready. I was passed out asleep and my phone was just blowing up. And then finally somebody woke me up with a phone call. I don't remember if it was you or one of my mods or my wife, but Alex is in jail. And I drove by, and the only thing I didn't live stream or anything because with them arresting YouTubers and stuff for stopping the neighborhood, I didn't want to be one of them. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm scared as hell of going to jail. Besides having a DUI and doing an overnighter one time, I've never been in trouble with the law.
So you know what I would just said about what does it say about law enforcement and the relationship with the community and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So here you are, a private citizen, right? And just look at your mindset and what you just said. That you're scared of driving by a house because you might get arrested.
I am.
People should not ever think that way about law enforcement. What are you thinking about? Entrapment? What are you thinking about? Profiling? When people want to take an honest look at when African American people say they feel they're being profiled in certain areas, that's exactly what you're feeling right now is exactly how they feel.
Yeah. And you know what? And for those people out there that say that black people don't get profiled by the police, that's BS. You know what? I have a friend. I actually have I have a lot of friends of different colors, different races and everything. And ironically, my friends of color get pulled over more than anybody else. And they have nicer cars than me. They literally don't do anything wrong. I'll be driving right next to them and we'll be going the same spot. They get pulled over. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna go park down the road because he got pulled over again. It does happen. It happens here in Bakersfield a lot. Black person driving through a certain part of town gets pulled over. I wish it wasn't like that. And to be honest with you, being a YouTuber, being a streamer, being Dad's Gone Live, I unfortunately know what that feels like, and it does not feel good. I don't like that. I don't think anybody should feel that. Not me, not them, nobody. There should be no situation in this country where one person, unless they're a criminal, where one person feels like they can't do anything without. You should never do anything in your life where you're just going about your day and you're afraid to go to jail because you don't want to be targeted. So, and some people said it's always been like that. Yeah. You know what? That's not okay. It should never be like that. It might have been like that in the past. It might be like that right now in some areas, but it should not be like that. And that's absolutely unacceptable. So, I just want to say one thing real quick. Adrienne, from Scotland, I think about this case every day and still can't figure out why. Why Nancy? She must have been so scared. P.S. Thank you, as always, for what you guys have done and continue to do. We appreciate you. Adrienne from Scotland. I always have to say it the way she says it, but thank you. Scotland. So to kind of go off what she just mentioned, Nico believes you think it was about obsession, not about money.
I think it was about both. And here's where I'm leaning towards it also being about money. And again, I'm basing this on the information now that's coming out about the verbiage that was in the so-called first letters or notes or emails or whatever the hell they're calling it today, right? I wish they'd get their stuff straight, but you can't deny the possibility of there being some motivation with the money because of the verbiage and some of the details that were put in those messages. Now, it could be somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody else that knew Nancy, had a big stain on her carpet in her bedroom. Maybe she was a former house cleaner or whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean they were involved in this crime. But you have to look at the totality of the circumstances and the information and weigh all of that. Because if you just put blinders on and say, nope, this is what I think and I'm not changing it for anything, then you're gonna fail as somebody that is trying to work a case and gather all the facts and stuff like that.
So you kind of have to be flexible as with your investigation. You can't
Correct.
you can't just have tunnel vision and be like, I know this guy named Amazon did it. I blame Amazon. It was Jeff Bezos with Amazon. And no matter what evidence gets thrown at you, you're like, nope, it was Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
You can't just have tunnel vision because then that makes you a bad investigator.
absolutely.
How often did you guys?
There's some guys that I worked with. Thankfully, not any of my mentors, but they would not listen to if you were junior to them.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, hey, I have all this information. It's right here on this silver platter. And they're going to be like, that's impossible. I've been working this case for a year and I know it's this, even though they have it and they're holding it on a silver platter. So,
So
who cares? Who cares who gets the credit? The important thing is solving the case and finding, where the body is.
how often did you guys, you being in law enforcement, you were federal officer, right? Federal law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
How often would you think you had a suspect and like in your head, like, okay, this is the guy. And then, you find it next piece of evidence you recover. Turns out that's not your guy. Did that change a lot? Your person of interest was not actually related at all?
The short answer is no. But where we did find those situations is when we were looking for accomplices or people that we thought may have helped them either do the crime or assist them with trying to get away with the crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was accomplished. How often, when there's a major crime like this, obviously there's not a lot of crimes that's kidnapping of this size. How often would a high profile case like this have a lot of accomplices? Do people usually act alone, or is there usually, statistically, is there more than one person involved or knows? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's hard to say though, but it depends on not a lot of cases get this kind of publicity and coverage, right?
Yeah.
When you look at like what I'm doing now as opposed to law enforcement back in the day, I'll tell you right off the bat, the pretty blonde girls, young blonde girls, get the coverage. The people that are missing that have the money, they get the coverage. Indigenous people, people that are addicted, people of color, they don't get the same coverage.
That's not fair.
No, it's not.
I think everyone deserves the exact same thing.
Yeah. And it's hard because you can't blame a family that's well off because they're able to pay private investigators, right? You can't blame them for wanting to find their missing loved one and paying for it. But at the same time, you can't fault a other people whose loved one is missing, and because maybe they're in an area that's not so well to do, or in a lower income area, or in an area where there's a lot of narcotics activity and stuff like that, you can't fault them for being frustrated when you can't get them on the news, right? Because you know how it is. No matter who wants to agree with it or who wants to say that's BS or whatever, if it doesn't sell and get them ratings, it's not going to be on the news. Now they can, if it's a slow news day, they could exaggerate and make something spectacular, just changing words and stuff like that around. But that's very few and far between. They're going to put on that's why, a majority of the stuff you see on the news is bad stuff, right? That's what is getting people's attention. They want to see what's going on. They want to make sure that they're safe, their families are safe.
Jaw droppers.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, jaw droppers.
Yep.
Anything that drops your jaw is usually big news.
Yep.
And anything that I think every single stolen car in America should be on the news. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I think every single missing person should be on the news. But that's also not the case. It's what the news stations only go after what drop your jaws.
Mm-hmm.
And if your jaw doesn't put you in shock, they don't want to air it.
Mm-hmm.
So
we had a kid a few days ago, black kid in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
It was during Father's Day. It was Father's Day nighttime it was around 10 p.m. Hundreds of people out on the street. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It got so bad that Tampa police had to go out and start moving people out of the way because traffic was being blocked and stuff like that. Nobody was doing anything wrong. It's just, what happens when there's thousands of people congregating in one area. Okay. Everybody's on their cell phone. Everybody's recording their friends. And the next thing you know, bro, there's shots fired. Okay. And
really?
Yeah. And this black kid goes down. Okay. The cops automatically stop doing what they're doing with traffic and they run towards the problem. One of the female officers, as she's running towards the problem, she's drawing her firearm simultaneously. Okay. Thank God Tampa PD wears body cams, because no sooner did all of this take place, somebody decided to start saying, the female cop shot him. The female cop shot him. And they only they only sent out on social media the part where the female cop had her weapon out and was moving towards the victim.
So the narrative they pushed.
Yes. Okay. Now, finally, because of the body cam footage and stuff like that, the police were able to put that information out pretty quick and show the public that what was put out was BS.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the African American community is they were like, don't blame the police. This is one of our own that shot this kid. Okay. And come to find out, I haven't been able to confirm this, but I had just heard today that there's a possibility he was shot in the back, which all the law enforcement officers were in the front of this kid as they were running towards him. But anyway, my point being is it depends on how they sell it in the media. Is because when they said the cop shot the kid, it was every news station everywhere within seconds, you know, that it was a Tampa police officer that shot this young man. And it wasn't until, and then all of a sudden after, right, after they find out the cops didn't do it, all of a sudden there's no more media coverage. It's just what the African-American community is putting out on their own social media and Facebook and stuff like that. So thankfully, and good for them, they're putting the truth out there. But, you know, that stuff is just not going to sell on regular news, so they don't put it out there. But man, when they heard it was a cop, you wouldn't believe, well, you would know because that's what you do. But as quick as that was put out there on social media, the false narrative, every news station was covering it as if it was, because that's what gets people to tune in and get their ratings up.
It's kind of messed up.
Yep.
So another thing, I have this pulled up here. 857 Tucson, which is Damien. This is his thing online through pimacounty.gov or pima.gov. He has a hearing, I believe it's on Tuesday, the 30th, for his criminal arraignment for being a public nuisance. But on 6/26, there was an application. I'm kind of questioning what this is. Application and order dismissing complaint. Well, do you know what that, being from law enforcement and stuff, what does that mean?
It sounds like somebody filed to dismiss the charge.
So it's just a request.
Yeah.
It's not like the judge actually signed off to dismiss it. It's just a request to dismiss it.
No, because it looks like, what is that, 6:30, 4 days later.
Sorry, I was trying to.
They have a.
I'm sorry, I was trying to zoom in. It won't let me. But yeah, it says.
So it looks like he got the citation on June 18th. June 26th, they filed the application to dismiss the charge. And he has a hearing on 6:30 for the judge to make that decision.
So we'll find out on 6:30 whether the judge is going to potentially. So basically, it's just hey, I filed this question to. I filed asking you to dismiss this. Who would file that?
His public defender, or he could do it himself if he's representing himself. But
I don't even know if he has a lawyer right now. I think he has the funds for a lawyer, but I don't know if he's acquired one yet or not.
Yeah, we'd have to find that out.
So he would. Everyone.
It's funny that it reads criminal arraignment and then committing public nuisance for sitting on the right of way.
Yeah, he wasn't even there that long. He hadn't even been there in a while. And then he goes out there one day with Juice, with was it Troy? And like, it's a criminal charge on LiveStream. And on his LiveStream, while he's dealing with the cops, I call him because people start blowing up my phone. And he's like, yeah, I got to figure this out. I got to get Uber. I'm like, wow, dude, you just like hung up on me real fast. I went back and watched the replay. No, he was in the middle of getting a damn misdemeanor ticket, which I think is absolute BS. So if he didn't file this, I don't think he has a lawyer as of yet. Who else could have filed that? Could have like maybe
that anybody else could.
So that's got to be from him or from a lawyer.
Unless the state attorney has decided he's going to drop the case. I mean, honestly, I don't know, because I'm so confused what goes on out there.
Yeah.
First of all, oh man, that shit would not fly here, because if you're an officer and you're going to give somebody a citation for being a public nuisance for sitting on an easement here in Tampa, there's way more stuff
going on than to deal with that
you
crap.
need to be doing, then yeah. All this could have been avoided had they just said, listen, if you guys are going to sit out here, don't be pulling any shenanigans, okay? And, you know, we got to take responsibility also, right? If we're doing our YouTube thing or whatever and stuff like that. In this day and age, you know how it is, man. If let's say somebody rolls by and, you know, they say something snarky or shoot you the finger or whatever, and you're not man enough to shoot the finger back and you throw a bottle of water at them or something like that, that all you're doing is escalating, right? So you got to be careful.
So real quick in the chat, they're blowing up the chat. They're saying the DA. So they're saying that Juanita got info that the DA filed it, prosecutor filed it, DA, he doesn't read chat. DA said he's dropping it. Can the DA file that, or can the DA just kick it back? Does the DA have to do that, request to have it canceled, or can the DA just kick it out themselves?
The defense attorney?
The district attorney. Because the DA is like the prosecutor, basically. Like out here in California.
Is it a district or state attorney there?
I think it's district.
Okay. Yeah, they could file to drop the charge as well.
So they're saying DA has to get judged to approve the dismissal.
Yeah. Because just because either side wants something doesn't mean a judge is going to agree with either side.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the DA is the one that says we're going to file charges. We're going to follow through with these charges, or we're not even going to follow through.
Yeah. Yeah. But you still, once it's done, once they gave him the citation or once they make an arrest, that person has to have their day in court. And people have to show up. And if the district attorney says, Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to ask the court to dismiss this charge, you know, the judge 99.9% of the time will say, okay, Mr. Victim here or Mr. Offender, do you have anything to say? No, Your Honor. All right, I'm dismissing the charge.
But the judge can say, no, we're not dismissing this charge, even though the DA wants to?
Yep.
Do you think, what do you think is going to happen here? So it looks like this wasn't an approval to dismiss the charges. This is just a request to dismiss the charges.
Correct.
And hopefully he will find out on the 30th.
Correct. He will.
So charges haven't been dismissed. The charges have been requested to be dismissed.
Correct.
So it's all over the internet saying that his charges were dismissed. No, his charges were requested to be dismissed. They haven't been dismissed yet.
Yeah,
so he's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, you gotta go to court for the charge to be dismissed.
Now, do you think the judge and DA, do you think there's some corruption going on with them and Nanos, or like what's your opinion on all this, I guess?
I couldn't comment on that, man. I don't know. That the female, I believe, state attorney, is it O'Connor or Connor, something like that?
I don't know anything about
It's my understanding that her and Nanos have a pretty good relationship. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. However, again, I would tell you, I don't know how it is there in Tucson or Pima County, but I will tell you here in the Tampa Bay area, Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, Polk County, you know, public nuisance is not going to be a one and only charge.
I've never even heard. I've always heard like the term public nuisance because I've watched TV.
Yeah,
I've watched a lot of cops, and I've never seen anybody just strictly be arrested for public nuisance. It's always just been something they throw on to see if they get it to stick.
Yeah, or
other charges.
You know how they say like they're gonna trump up additional charges?
Yeah.
They could do that, add that in, especially if the guy's a jerk or, just a real royal pain in the ass. Because let's face it, every time you're dealing with a public nuisance, whether they're a nuisance or not, you're taking officers or deputies off the street that could be responding to a real emergency to go and get these guys that are sitting in a chair streaming on their cell phones on the right of way. It's ridiculous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that if there was nothing going on in my neighborhood, I don't think that I'd want, all the streamers in front of my house. I get that. But at the same time, the cameras are basically pointed at a house where a lady was kidnapped out of.
Yeah.
People, this is one of the biggest search things. Nancy Guthrie. Look how many times Nancy Guthrie has been searched in the last 3 months. It's trending on YouTube. It's trending on Google. It's trending on Facebook. The Facebook groups that you and I are in, man, they have 80,000 plus people in them. And just some knucklehead made the groups. Just a random person made a group. I want to know where Nancy's at. Let me make a group. And then all of a sudden, everyone's joining them because it's being searched. So if I lived across the street from Nancy Guthrie's home, or if I was one of the neighbors in the neighborhood, honestly, the perp's still at large. I guarantee, like you said, the perp, there's no way the perp hasn't driven back past this house at some point. First thing you said was, I hope they put cameras up. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd want more cameras in my neighborhood if this just happened. I would ask people to be respectful. Please shut the heck up after dark time. Be quiet. Don't be a nuisance. I don't think any of these guys are actually being a nuisance. But I mean,
we were out there at nighttime plenty of times. And that one night when we were testing the area for sound.
We were slamming the door.
But do you remember how hard or how quiet it was out there?
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, you see how much distance there is between each residence. So it's not, unless they got these guys on video and audio screaming and, having a grand old time. I never heard it or personally witnessed it myself. So, unless they see or have something different, that's just hard for me to believe.
Let me guess, your doggies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had mine in my lap for the last 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, she knows exactly what time it is to eat and everything. So she has her internal alarm set.
That's the other thing. And I'm gonna throw it out there to the viewers. I see that, by the way, I had a $10 super chat from Buffy. They're gonna be dismissed. If they get dismissed, they need to ask for the charges to be removed from the records when they go to court. That's a good point. You need to make sure it's off the record completely.
Yeah. His, correct me if I'm wrong. His was a written citation, right?
Yeah, Damien was a written citation. Yeah. He didn't get arrested. Because I don't think he would. I think Juice and Troy and Alex, Juice and the Criminal Network, I think they were the targets, and Damien was just the collateral damage, I guess you could say. But I'm gonna throw it out there, and this might even screw me in the future. I'm gonna tell you guys our kryptonite. If you have a problem with streamers, Sheriff Nanos, there's a lot better way to do about this. First off, talk. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Is there something we can do? Maybe you go over there or whatever. Try not to impede on the rights, guys. But, dude, if somebody's out in front of my house live streaming and I'm like, dude, just leave, and they don't leave, and then instead of going up this big fiasco, putting poop on the easement, poop on the sidewalk, cutting up a cactus that doesn't need to be cut up, having the sheriff make these, well, I think I want to call them belligerent arrests because they're stupid. There's no, this is not what I want to see people go to jail for. Just play some music. all this could have been fixed with a little $50 Bluetooth radio, put on your classic rock playlist, put it behind the streamers, including me. It's going to shut down our live streams because we're going to get copyrighted so fast. 10, 20 songs on one live stream is going to get your channel flagged if you don't take care of it. And doing it repetitively is going to screw us. That's why when I play one song, my live stream is down for 3 hours afterwards because I have to edit that song out. If you do 10, 20 songs on a live stream, they're screwed. I'm not saying I'm anti-streamers. I'm a streamer. Alex is my friend. Juice is my friend. 857 is my friend. I'm consider Brian Enton a friend. I consider all these guys friends. JLR is my friend. But there's other ways to fight these battles without putting people in jail, without cussing each other out, without putting poop on the sidewalk. Poop was not javelina. I don't think the poop was javelinas.
Well, that was done by the neighbor.
That's just my thought.
Right?
The poop was done by a neighbor, yeah.
And the cactus as well, right?
Cactus was also done by a neighbor.
What
Neighbor
was-
admitted it.
Was that the same? What was her name?
Sue Ellen? Sue Ellen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't she admit that or something like that?
Yeah, she admitted it on Alex's live stream.
Yeah. So I have a question. Forget about going and knocking on her door, asking her about the poop and the cactus. I would be more interested, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard this from a number of people that I don't think they make stuff up, but it was my understanding that early on she was asked for video and audio from her cameras, and she refused to give that to law enforcement.
I heard that, but I haven't heard that officially. So I don't know who did or did
Neither have
not.
I. But if that is the case, and if law enforcement didn't know that or know about it anyway, why is it being said? That's still enough for me to go and do a knock and talk and, just ask if he or she can, look at her video footage or audio or both and see if there's something that can maybe help the situation. And then I think that would quell a lot of the rumors too, because if I remember correctly, when the cops were coming out there was some scuttlebutt about her wanting the YouTubers gone because it was drawing law enforcement attention to that area, keeping attention to that area. So,
Yeah.
And I've seen that before where the bad guys would actually call law enforcement to have them come out and make sure nobody was around the area because they wanted to make sure no undercovers were conducting surveillance.
So people were talking about real quick. I'm gonna play a video. Let me delete this real quick. People were talking about stop screen, share screen. So people were.
How did I not know it was a chipmunk?
I don't know if you can hear this.
One, I thought. Hold on. They're gonna see. Oh no, they didn't see you. Your seatbelt on, and you're parked right now.
So I am leaving right now.
Well, you're parked.
Is this Sue Ellen? I think this is it.
Well, I wish you would have told me before you put the poop down there, because I was moving the rocks with my hands, throwing them into the wash because they're not supposed to be blocking the easement. Oh, I know. I saw them. Oh,
I forgot exactly where it's at, but Alex makes a comment to Sue Ellen about the poop. Someone was just saying that she didn't admit it, but in this video right here, I remember watching it. She does saying she does admit it to him.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to find it right here. I just want to show this for the viewers real quick because people are saying that.
Don't even look. I'm not even looking. And then we go.
Now I'll say this: Sue Ellen has always been nice to me. She's been such a sweetheart. I do see another side with the other guys that comes out from her, and I don't know why, but I still give her the benefit of the doubt that she can be nice.
Over here. Uh-oh.
Don't photograph me. If you photograph me, I will sue you. Could you turn your camera away?
The suing somebody probably ain't going to happen for recording them in public, but she did ask not to be recorded, and sometimes, you just don't record them. I get that.
Turn your camera away from me. That's a polite request. I have the right to request that you don't photograph or my personal property, my car, or anything you do.
So, and you hear her admit to it here in a moment.
The thing of it is,
I'm sorry, Nico.
That's all right.
you're not supposed to be up here. You're harassing the neighborhood around here by being.
So I'm gonna say something, guys. Yes, it's annoying to have someone in front of your house. I get that, but Alex is 100% in his legal right, in my opinion. Whether we like it or not, whether you like it or you agree with it or not, just because you think something's wrong or something annoys you doesn't make it illegal. He's on a public easement. He's literally just recording. Can it be annoying to some people? Yes, but at the same time, this is America, and we have that right. It's a part of our First Amendment right. Also, just because you feel harassed doesn't mean you're actually legally being harassed. So I don't think Alex was actually harassing her whatsoever. And I've seen Alex when he's upset, and I know right here he was biting his tongue because she put poop down. He was very upset about that. Allegedly put poop down where he usually sits at, and he was upset. So I'm surprised that Alex kept his cool, and I give him props for that right here.
I don't want to interrupt you, but you can't park there.
Probably should.
I was, but someone put poop down there. Yeah. Someone lined poop all along the side of the easement there. Dog poop.
We have put up stuff to keep you off of that's my property.
So you're the one who did that? That's not your property, that's the easement.
No.
So why'd you put...
Easement. I own the property and the county has an easement.
Tell me more.
So this is where she just said, yeah, we put stuff down there right after he said put poop down there. That's her indirectly admitting it. So my opinion is I would person to person. I don't know if it would hold up in court and I also don't know if there's anything illegal about putting dog poop on the easement. But my opinion would be that's person to person. Nico, if you and I were having that conversation and I said, Nico, but you put poop here, and you say, yeah, we put stuff down there, I would take that as you telling me man to man that you put poop right there. So I'm going to take that as her admitting that she put poop out there.
Yeah.
So
I just, again, man, I'm just sitting here looking at the amount of time we're talking about this and just listening and watching that video. And I just think to myself, how easy it would be just to have a conversation like adults and not getting mad at each other and figuring it out. I think all of this could have been avoided a long time ago when there was all of those people that were parked alongside the road. They could have established media areas and maintained post media spots, if you will, in certain areas where there was not, frustration by the neighbors or anything like that. But,
and real quick, guys, I get it later on in the video and that conversation. I've watched the whole thing like 3 times now. She backtracks and then she admits the cactus and then she backtracks. I get it. I understand. But that statement right there is what I was going off of. That's her indirectly admitting it. And that's all I need for me to be convinced that she admitted doing it. I understand she backtracked it probably because she thought about it and thought. Let me tell you what. Sue Ellen has a degree in forensics, according to her. She went to college for forensics and had a job in forensics back in the day. She told me that the first time I met her. And she also told me that she searched her property better than Border Patrol searched the neighborhood with the dogs. And she said that there was no Snickers wrapper that was not looked at. There was, no rock on her property that was unturned. Basically, when she realized that her neighbor was missing, she searched her. And as soon as she thought there might be criminality in it, she told me face to face that she searched her property better than law enforcement searched for Nancy in the neighborhood.
So let me stop you right there, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a pretty good conversation with her.
Yeah, I talked to her for about 30 or 40 minutes.
So 30, 40-minute conversation with
I think it was 30, 40 minutes.
Some neighbor that, has also been not so liked by other people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So look how, my point with all that is, look how easy it was for you to have a conversation with this lady. And
I had to find neutral ground with her, though.
Well, and that's how a conversation should go, right? You want to make it a win-win for both sides. If I'm just going to have a conversation with you to prove my point and win and then walk away, what have we accomplished, right? You want both sides to feel like they won, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they could have put, maybe not directly in front of Nancy's house, but maybe somewhere along the right of way, they could have identified a
20 square,
a 20-foot by 5-foot easement area where there's yellow tape. You could still see Nancy's house. And just say, look, you guys could stay in this area, no shenanigans, and after 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or whatever time it is for you guys, you're going to have to call in a night because the neighbors, are going to be sleeping and we don't want anybody getting hit by a car, whatever.
Yeah.
But you make it so that it's a win for everybody. And each side feels like they
gave a little and they got a little.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we
I
can't
agree with that.
freaking end this thing in Iran, because we keep playing tit for tat and, lying to each other and
well, I'm about to get rid of my Toyota pickup and get me a damn Cybertruck with the gas prices keep on going up here in California. It's ridiculous.
I know.
And I'm sick and tired of this Iran crap.
Yeah.
They either need to get with the program or they need to be turned. I shouldn't say that. I almost said turn into sand, but this needs to be fixed and we need peace. When we stop talking is when the violence starts. The violence ends when we start talking.
Yep.
So we need to talk and quit fighting. Real fast, someone said, thanks for that too, Noko Diane. One possible reason for not wanting streamers at the house is the streamer's presence may dissuade the perp from returning and being picked up by cameras on the house. What's your thoughts on that?
Wait, say that again.
Let me go back up to it. One possible reason for not wanting the streamers at the house is that their presence may dissuade the perp from returning and being picked up by cameras.
There's always that possibility, but in this case, I would say we're way beyond that point.
Your puppy looks less annoying than mine because mine has ADHD.
This is Bailey. She's the neighborhood bully. She weighs a whopping 9 pounds and has one eye. I rescued her, and she ever since I rescued her, she's had a complete attitude change, and she went from being scared to being the neighborhood bully.
A pit bull in a little puppy's body. Well, I have to hold him up away from my shirt. This is Jimmy Dean,
Hey, hi.
a wiener dog. It's like Jimmy Dean wieners. And he's a class clown. He's just like me. ADD and ADHD. He's all over the place, and he eats just as much as I do. and then Ruger's at my feet, and he gets annoyed with Jimmy Dean. So Jimmy Dean will come up, start chewing on Ruger's ear, and then Ruger will snap at him. Not like bite him, but like give him like a warning bark or a warning snap, and then Jimmy Dean will cry running away. And then 5 minutes later, he does the same thing. And no matter how much Ruger gets mad at him, he snaps at him like, "Ruh!" And then Jimmy Dean cries and runs away. And then he comes back 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, and does the same thing. So every time this dog turns his head down, he's looking at Ruger because Ruger's up under my desk. So that's how you know someone's a good person, man. If dogs like you, dogs have a pretty good sense of character, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, I bought Bailey for my wife 11 years ago as a Christmas present, and somehow or another, it is me that I haven't been to the bathroom by myself in 11 years.
That's how Ruger is.
Yeah. If I could even close the door, man, and she'll execute a search warrant and knock that door open.
Yeah, that's how it is with Ruger. I walk through the room or walk out the room, and the door's shut and he's in there. Or if there's a door between us, that little gap under the door, you can just see his like little nostrils because he's trying to put his nose under there, but he's a big dog. It doesn't really work too well. I can always tell you where he's at. He's about 10 feet away from me at all times.
All right.
And then Jimmy Dean, he's running around trying to find food, or he's annoying me. Huh. But total change of subject, Nico. I'm gonna go back. I got ADD. Surgery. What's going on with that, man?
Tomorrow morning, dude.
You're it's not the type of surgery that's gonna change your name from Nico to Nika.
Nika?
Yeah, it's not sex change, right? You're still gonna be Nico, right?
I had that done years ago.
Oh. What's going on, man? You gonna be okay?
Yeah, 5 a.m. I got to be there in the morning. 7 a.m. Surgery starts, and he's projected to be finished by 11. So, and then of course you got to be in recovery for an hour. They said, just to make sure that you're good with the anesthesia and stuff.
So you get out of surgery tomorrow.
Yep.
Then you go to Tucson on Tuesday.
Yeah.
How's the recovery? You gonna be in some pain? It sounds like.
Yeah, this one's going to be a doozy. So I already had 4 shoulder surgeries on my left shoulder. So
okay,
they've got to go in and they got to cut out all of the hardware that's already in there, and then the bad shoulder, and then basically put the new titanium shoulder in reverse. So instead of the socket being on this side and the ball being here, they're going to do what's called a reverse shoulder surgery. So that, because I don't have any labrum or rotator cuff left, so all of my ability to lift my arm and strengthen my arm will come from my deltoid. That's probably more information that
are you able to pull your arms up right now or no?
No.
Oh,
you never knew that, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, the way you care, without you telling me things, the way you carry yourself, you hold yourself together well, man. I see a lot of praying hands in the chat for you, Nico. They're spamming it right now, so people are praying for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, everyone.
How long is the recovery process after the surgery? Like, is it going to be a while till you're able to?
Yeah. So they said I'll be in this super sling for 3 weeks, and then the 4th week I'll start a 12-week rehabilitation, and then if all that goes well, then I'll be getting back to my normal gym routine and that kind of stuff. So, which I can't wait, because I've been losing my mind for the past year, not being able to bench press and do all the stuff that, especially shooting, which is my love. I can't shoot a rifle unless I have it stabilized.
Yeah.
But as far as a handgun, I use my strong arm to push out my left arm.
What's your favorite caliber for a pistol?
9mm.
9.
Yeah.
You don't like 40s?
I like 40s. Yeah. I had an H&K 40 cal for a long time. I carried that for half my career. And then we moved to the Glock.
See, I always told people I like 9s because if I have to use it, I can still hear afterwards. You know, they're loud, but there's a difference between a 40 and a 9.
Yeah.
So my go-to for, you know, self-defense was a 9.
Yeah, as long as you use the right ammunition, as far as like knockdown power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
9mm is the way to go.
True that. What else? What's your thoughts? Is there anything you want to tell everyone about this whole case, or do you think I should go out and search? Like, what's your thoughts on things right now?
My thoughts are, I think in my heart of hearts, I think they are going to, I think they're going to be doing something big over the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Sorry.
And then,
Jimmy Phil.
and then I think the question is going to be whether they can get that person or persons to cooperate and tell us where Nancy is.
So you think they'll publicly pull someone in for questioning or detain them for something?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. One of the things that the FBI is phenomenal with is keeping things under wraps and secret until such time where they could come out, hold a press conference, and say, this is who we arrested, and here's just some of the mountain of evidence we have against the suspect. The FBI doesn't like things to have any loose ends. And a lot of times the only time you'll see them do something like that is if that suspect poses an imminent threat or danger to the public.
If I want to go back, obviously, right? And I don't want to bug you while you're healing up, or obviously I'm bugging you the day before your surgery. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But would you be willing to maybe text me some areas you'd like me to search, or maybe some areas, some ideas?
Definitely.
And do you think I should go back? Because I'm
1,000%.
going to be honest, dude. I'm kind of scared. There's rumors going out that some random guy that took those flowers wants to put a restraining order against me, which I don't even know who it is. Pima County Sheriff's Department. They actually called me to do a follow up on that police report I made for the stolen flowers, and they're questioning, well, why'd you have a tracker? People don't usually put trackers in flowers. They leave for a memorial. They don't usually come back and take them home. I was like, well, you know what? I want to take them home. I want to put them on my front porch. And while I was out there searching with a private investigator or a volunteer searcher, I was like, for me, it's like sentimental that I would take those home and have them at home. And I said, honestly, ma'am, you want to know the truth too? I'm fucking scared of you guys giving me a ticket for littering. Because you guys are making up all these charges against these other YouTubers. I don't know what you guys are going to do against me. So I figured, go back, get my flowers, put my little I put an air tag in everything. I have a Harley, I have a boat. Everything I own has some type of air tag, some type of tracker. I live in Bakersfield, California. We have a lot of stolen things here. I've had a lot of things stolen from me over the years. Well, now something goes missing, I can find out where it's at. So I told her, I had 100% had intention of taking it back when I was leaving town. And I had 100% intention of putting it on my front porch when I went home. And I had no intentions of leaving it out there because I didn't want you guys to give me a littering ticket. because of all the BS charges these other YouTubers are getting. And she just,
And I think, if I recall correctly, I think you had told me that because all of the flowers had been stolen from there before, if yours got stolen, you wanted to know where they ended up and why the person or yeah, I mean, why not put a tracker in it? I thought that was a great idea.
Is that illegal?
Is it illegal
to track your property, even if you set it down and you plan on coming back to pick it up like I did?
No, you can't put a tracker on somebody else's property.
Yeah, I don't want to. I had no intentions of tracking a person. I had intentions of tracking my property, and I kept a receipt for it too. It was $71 I spent on them.
Yeah, no,
So,
no.
UCLA Jen, I appreciate that. She's telling me who it is, but I don't have any evidence that that's who it is, so I don't want to run with that.
I'm curious as to who's somebody is saying that somebody wants to put a restraining order on you.
Yeah, they're saying that it's the guy that took the flowers wants to put an order of protection against me. I don't even know who the hell it is.
Because he stole your flowers?
I guess. I don't know. I just read it on X. I was like, well, okay. I don't know who that is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff that makes you shake your head, man. But
Yeah.
get him back to you going out there searching. The only thing I would say is, and you know this better than anybody, don't go out there by yourself, especially, you're looking at July, August, September weather.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the triple digits. And sometimes we think we're okay out there, but you don't want to go down and be by yourself out there, because the next thing you know, law enforcement will be trying to find you.
Yeah, so that was my thing. I do want to go back. If I go back, I will 100% be doing what you just told me not to do. But I think the only thing is I'd be on the scooter. Instead of doing as walking as hard as we were, I think I'd probably be taking a scooter up and down that one dirt road you and I went on where I took the scooter along it. I think I'd probably be doing a little bit more of that. So it's less I guess, intensive in the heat. Yeah. And then obviously ice cold waters, and then probably be out for 30 minutes and taking a 20-30 minute break, and just doing it totally babying myself. I'll pamper myself while I do it. But I also, if I do go back, I also don't plan on staying in Pima County, and I also don't plan on searching in Pima County because I don't think she's in Pima County. Gonna be honest. If you look at the map, the county line's right north of her house. And I don't think she's south. I mean, I don't want to have tunnel vision and say she's here and she's only here, but I also, I have a gut feeling that she's north. If I was going to rush out of there, regardless of where I lived at, my gut instinct says go north, because immediately to the north is public, nature, the further north you go, the more desolate it gets. And I would try to look for lack of people, lack of civilization. And the fastest way to find lack of civilization is by going north, about 15, 20 minutes north, and there's no more civilization for at least an hour, half an hour to an hour. So but also I was watching a video the other day, trying to find Nancy Guthrie or a body in the desert like that is harder than finding a needle in a haystack. Makes needle in a haystack look like child's play.
That's where you really, in cases like this, route reconnaissance is really important, because you may have to drive a specific route a couple of times, both daytime and nighttime. Mm-hmm. You have to put yourself in the mindset of the person, where their adrenaline is at the time, what time of we're at 0 dark 30. Is this potentially happening? How his adrenaline is moving, what the traffic looks like. And an awesome thing to do would be to drive some routes between the hours of like 2 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. And look at the darkness, look at how fast you believe the suspect would have been traveling, looking at the pull-offs. The pull-offs are going to be key, right? Because you just can't stop your vehicle on a hard surface road, throw your blinkers on, get in the trunk, pull a body out, carry it 10 yards, drop it, and then take off again. Because you've already taken a risk by kidnapping this poor lady, right? The last thing you want to do is get caught in the last phase or the final act of what you've just done. So you're going to pull off a little ways, and then whatever that pull off road is, you're going to look, 30 to 50 feet on both sides. And you're not going to be looking at the open terrain. You're going to be looking at the terrain where there's bushes, right? And where they could wedge a body or drag a body underneath a bush. And that's why I'm not a big fan of always relying on helicopters and drones.
Eyes on the ground, boots on the ground.
Yeah. FLIR works great when the body is still alive and there's a heat signature, or when the body has just become deceased and now there's a slow cooling phase, if you will, where FLIR could still pick stuff up. But once that heat signature is gone, you could be at 500 feet, right above, flying in a helicopter, and you're in a moving helicopter. I don't care how many spotters you got. It's very hard to see underbrush, and we don't know what color.
Have you seen helicopters fly over bodies and then you guys find them not see them, and then you guys find them on foot?
Yeah.
So that does happen.
I mean, the lady that I found that was still alive, the Indian lady, Anu, that I told you about, they flew over her for 2 days in a row and missed her. Guys on the ground missed her.
And that's just because they're concealed under the shrubbery and the branches, or?
Yeah.
So maybe an area with high vegetation, remote but easy access by vehicle, and quick, thick vegetation to hide 15 to 20 feet off the road. Do you think Nancy's buried, or do you think she's laying on the surface?
She's not buried, man.
You don't think she's buried?
No way. Nope. Not out there.
So we're kind of looking for scattered bones, potentially. Human bones.
It depends.
On how she was laid.
Where she was, how she was. So if you think about this, an open terrain or thin vegetation, when the desert winds come across, it's going to pick up, but you also have what's called a swirl, right? One minute it's blowing east to west. The next thing you know, it's circling back, then it's north to south, and then it's west to east, right? It's because of the way the mountains are, right? And how the wind is deflecting off the mountains. If you're on the windward side or the leeward side of a mountain, that has a lot to do with how the odor of decomp formulates.
Well, people, real fast, I'm totally cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People are asking, why don't you think she's buried? What makes you think she's not buried?
Because that ground, again, you already took a huge chance in taking her body out of the house. And now she's passed away either right when you were leaving, or she's passed away after you pulled out. And now you've got a deceased person either in your back seat or in your trunk or what have you, in your van, or in the bed of your truck. Who knows what kind of vehicle they used, right? You got to get rid of that body. You can't pull off the side of the road, with a shovel and trying to break through the, you could scrape about, and the people that live out there in the desert know this. You could scrape a couple of, 2, 4, maybe 6 inches of dirt and gravel away, but then it almost turns to rock. And
yeah. So doing water wells, I worked in oil fields. I did water wells. A lot of people question like, oh, how do you have all this experience? Well, real fast, I worked in oil fields, and every 6 months you get laid off. You have to go find a puddle jumper job for a month or two till you get your job back for another 6 months to a year. So we called it hard pan. What you're talking about, how it gets real hard. That the top layer of soil, as it gets wet and then gets sunbaked, especially with you get layers of clay and stuff like that. You get what's called hard pan, and unless it's wet for like a couple days to a week at a time, it's like trying to hammer through concrete. We had to use certain type of drill bits to get through the first 6 feet before we got through a little bit softer soil. So yeah, digging with hand tools through that. What you're talking about, we have seen it firsthand. We have the same or similarities in our top soil here in Bakersfield, California, as Tucson, Arizona has. That dirt is hard. So unless I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Now, they could scrape away.
Sorry, my wiener dog keeps on chewing up my little kids' toys. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What a way to come back saying, sorry, my wiener dog. They could scrape
We
away.
almost called him Slinky because he's.
They could scrape away a few inches and dig what we call a shallow grave.
Yeah.
And then put vegetation or whatever on top of it.
Kind of like how that person you were talking about had the palm fronds over them.
Yes. But even then, man, you're talking about a lady that was 5'5", 150 pounds. So you're looking at a depth of 8 to 10 inches. So they would have to scrape 5 inches down just to get a good part of her body below the surface. But then don't forget, you got to cover 5.5 feet long by another 5 inches in height. So that you're going to have to tear away a lot of shrubs. It was far more easier and less risky to just put a body up against a shrub, even in a sitting position, which is even harder to detect from the air. And also for like vultures that we had talked about, and how they find their prey.
I saw a video the other day of, it was a news article too, like from a big news station. They're saying retired FBI agent claims that blah 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 new search method, and he's talking. He's like, yeah, you don't just look down, you got to look up. And then he'll listen to him. He's like, yeah, you got to look up for vultures. I'm like, okay, birds of prey, dude. Like, yes, we know. Like, come on, that's something we've been talking about this whole time. Is birds of prey. Is they'll do their circle. How you saw that bird that was flying, and I sent the drone out. And remember, it was like a rabbit under the tree, I think the last day you and I were searching. And yeah, that is a way to search. But I also don't think that, given how long it's been, I don't think that we're going to be able to find Nancy by birds of prey at this moment in time. Unless she was somehow preserved and then she was just recently, okay, dude. Unless she was recently uncovered. And guys, look, I know what we're talking about. It sounds vulgar. We don't mean this in a vulgar way at all. But this is the reality. Someone gets taken from their home and presumed to be murdered. This is or deceased and discarded somewhere. This is what happens. This is Nico right here is someone that's actually found like numerous deceased people trying to help out families, find their loved ones. And him and his team have found deceased people. And this is what they find. And he's not even scraping the iceberg of what it's like. He's not going to tell you, the extra details. He's just going to tell you of how to look for them or what you're looking for. I'm sure these scenes that he's come across left scars. You probably pictures stuck in your head of these people you found. But by seeing it, get past the horrific part, the best part is you're bringing closure to people. So thank you for doing what you've been doing, Nico.
Yeah, man. That's the hardest part for these families is the not knowing, right? If you ask Savannah, Annie, Tommaso, or anybody else in the family, Cameron, how hard it would be for them to accept us bringing Nancy back deceased, they would tell you that they would be very grateful because then, I hate that word closure because I don't really think anybody ever gets closure when there's cases like this. A natural death, somebody lives a good life in their 90s or whatever, and they pass away from natural causes. Sure. Right? Because that's expected. That's the cycle of life, right? But when you're kidnapped, abducted out of your own home in a nightgown or pajamas with no shoes from your own freaking bed, it was a nightmare. You could best bet for Nancy to wake up to see that scumbag standing over her. But it's also the same nightmare and a prolonged nightmare for Savannah and Annie and the rest of their family to think about because they don't even know who did it, how they did it. Did she meet terrible acts of violence? We don't know. But all of that is going through their heads. You want to talk about the worst roller coaster ride that you could take? It's what her family is taking right now.
Not knowing, yeah. So basically, they need answers and they need to bring her home and put her to rest. Holy cow. Okay. Oh. So Jimmy Dean just heard my youngest cry upstairs and he is freaking out to run to him and check on him. He just opened that door. Dog just had a panic attack. What else, Nico? What with I know I'm going to go back to me going out there and searching. Do you think that after you get healed up, you might be able to get back out there sometime, or are you kind of going to have to step back from searching for Nancy because your surgery?
I want to get back out there as soon as possible.
Have you found people where they've been there for this amount of time?
Oh yeah.
So you can, even if it's a year down the road, you think you can still find remains?
Even if it's a couple of years down the road, we found them. A lot of it depends on the environment and the animal activity. The good thing about that area out there is it's such a dry heat. The ground is hard enough where unlike the swamps and hurricanes and stuff like that, there's the top of the earth isn't moving very much, right? But yeah,
You
I
just
don't-
gave me hope when you said that. When you said even if it's a couple years, because honestly, I feel like the more time that goes by, the less likely we are to find her.
yeah,
And I every time I go out there, every day that goes by, every mile we search, that nothing comes up, I get discouraged. I'm gonna be honest. Like I keep on telling myself, you only fail if you give up. You only succeed if you don't quit. But it's also a mental battle too. So that does make me feel better.
yeah. And don't forget, every time you go out and search,
Mm-hmm.
then you know that's an area where she's not, right? And if this sheriff could ever see his way clear to allow something like the United Cajun Navy or EquiSearch or any other private groups to come out there, you and I, just because of what we covered, we could show them all of those areas that we searched, some of the areas we couldn't get to, right? To where they may be able to get to them with the four-wheelers and stuff like that. It's, I don't know what the answers are as far as getting cooperation with them. I don't know that we'll ever get cooperation with the sheriff's office. I do know people like the United Cajun Navy can get tons of dogs, cadaver dogs, four-wheelers, helicopters. Why wouldn't you want that help? It's just, it doesn't make sense.
Personally, I almost said where I want to search, but I've got a couple areas I want to search. Do you think if I were to go back on dirt roads, I kind of want to search along dirt roads now. Do you think it'd be a good idea for me to take the scooter and just go like 5 miles an hour and just kind of peek off the road in areas instead of just walking? Because I don't really want to, walk 15, 20 feet off the road and then just get lost in the desert and in the heat. I think the scooter would be a little bit safer bet for me with the heat and stuff, because I don't want to go out for 30 minutes. I want to go out for like 4 or 5 hours at a time, and then go back to the truck, move the truck up, and take the scooter. Is that something you'd think would be effective?
Yes. I would take a pair of small, did you see those Tasco binos that I had? The binoculars?
I don't think so, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you could get them real cheap at Walmart,
Big
whatever.
Five.
Tasco is a good binocular for stuff like this. It's very lightweight. It's very small, but what it'll do is it'll save you from every time you see something shiny on the terrain, instead of having to drive out 200 feet to find out it's a piece of aluminum foil. You could get on the glass and see that it's a piece of aluminum foil, right?
Okay.
Same holds true. When you've been searching for a while, you'll notice your eyes will start playing tricks on you. And all of a sudden, man, this rock will look like a skull, and it's better to have that kind of equipment to help you out. It's going to save you in the long run.
So someone just said exploring with Jim. I'm going to send him the link too, see if he wants to get on here real quick.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. I don't really know if he's been able to search or I haven't talked to him in a good week or two. Let me send this to him. Maybe 3 weeks.
Just to let you know, bro, in about 15 minutes, I'm going to have to pull chocks because I got to start getting ready for tomorrow morning and,
Okay.
my stuff in line. And
if you don't mind, can you do me a favor and when you're able to text me with updates or something? I want to I know you're probably going to be, going through it with surgery and
You
stuff.
want me to call you when I'm high?
Yes, I want you to FaceTime me. We're going to put it on LiveStream. I'm like, Nico,
Oh,
got
they
your
say
nose.
you say
I
all
got
kinds
your
of
nose.
shit. You say all kinds of shit when you're under anesthesia. So
Yeah, Nico, I got your nose, Nico.
yeah.
No, but I'm serious. If you don't mind, just keep me updated or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be praying for you, and I'll be texting you tomorrow. I want to make sure my buddy's all right, man.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it. So don't forget there's a 3-hour difference, right?
Yeah.
So
What time is the surgery supposed to be over?
11 my time.
11 your time. So that's like 8 a.m. my time. Holy cow.
Yeah. 'Cause
I'll just shoot you a text tomorrow sometime and just say, hey, how's everything going? It's not too extensive, is it? It's I'm serious. I'm scared of surgery.
You're scared of surgeries
Yes.
because they're expensive?
No, because I'm scared of surgeries.
This is number 19, bro. And I will tell you, they don't get any cheaper.
Well, it's not that, dude. I cut my finger open right here, right? My pinky, I cut it open right here. Boom. Okay, look, I can gut a pig. I can gut a deer. I can gut a boar, a bear. I
But you
hunt.
see your own blood, you quiver.
Yeah. Dude, so like when it's really cold and you get your pig and you're gutting him and stuff and the blood starts coagulating or whatever and your hands are in there trying to pull this, his guts, whatever, you're doing your thing, you're like, oh cool, like at least it's warm, whatever. Yeah, let me wash this off. Dude, I cut my finger open right here. I had a little cut and it was down past the skin. I saw my little fat cells. I looked at it. I saw my fat cells and my muscle. I went, I fell asleep, dude. It wasn't even, I was trying to cut a piece of chicken and my hand slipped on the knife. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, my kid cut his face right here. I took him to the hospital. I had put it this way, my son, the one that's over here playing video games right now.
He came over and stitched you up.
No, he fell and cut his eye right here above his eye, right where his eyebrow's at. He cut it open pretty bad, and I had to take him to the hospital. And to give him stitches, I had to have my kid in a freaking headlock because he was freaking out and he wouldn't stop squirming. And the doctor said, "Look, it's too close to the eye. It's either you hold him down, and we have security help hold him down with a nurse." Which they were really nice, but it's either we hold him down and we get this done, or you got to wait 3 to 4 hours for the anesthesiologist to come in and we put him to sleep. And he's like, that's gonna be all bad. He's like, but we can stitch it and glue it right now. Hunter, do you remember that when we did the stitches on your eye?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it? Were you mad at me? He said, I really hated that. Hey, I told my kid, right? It was the only option, guys. But I told my kid, I was like, son, this is a one time you can say anything you want. Anything you want if we get this over with. He was like 5 years old, I think, at the time, or 6.
I was 5.
You sure? I think you were 6.
No, I was 5.
Okay. Anyways, so he goes, I say, son, you can say anything you want. If this is your only time in your life, your daddy's going to allow you to cuss. So as the doctor's doing it, he goes, excuse my language, he goes, fuck you, he's killing me. The doctor just stopped. He just stops. He's like, well, that was the first. He's like, well, you told me. I was like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, no, we're getting it done. Like, let him, man. Just let him. We're gonna get this done. My son cussed one time, and that was when he was getting stitches right here. I was like, how the hell did you learn that word, son?
Yeah, let's the old kids say the darnest things.
Yep. But he told the doctor, you're killing me. He's killing You remember saying that, Hunter? Tell him. He goes, Afterwards, he thought he was in trouble for cussing. I said, "No, son. I said you could say anything you want as long as we get this done." And he did good. But anyways, I'll let you go, man. I was just kind of curious on everything. I do want to search to the viewers. I think I'm probably gonna go out after July 7th or 8th. So maybe not the 4th of July weekend. Maybe I'll leave the following weekend, 9th, maybe ish. We'll see. Obviously, gas and stuff is gonna be really expensive, so we'll see what we can do about funds for that. Nico, best of luck to you, brother. You do God's work, man. Appreciate everything you've done. Thank you. Thank you for caring. And guys, he's not the only one, or Nancy's not the only one that Nico's been worried about. He's been, just because you guys don't see him on people's live streams doesn't mean he's not doing stuff. He's been dealing with, missing persons cases back home in Florida, right?
Yeah.
I don't relay the information he tells me, but I will say this. I'll talk to him. Hey, Nico, how's it going? And he's like, oh, good. I've just been doing, working on this case or that case, and tells me a little bit. And some of it, I'm not going to repeat it because obviously I don't know what can and cannot compromise some of the cases you've been working on. But yeah, I appreciate what you guys do, man. And you guys, what you do has inspired me to try to do what I do, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know I'm an amateur, but we'll get there.
Can I say something to your listeners real quick?
Yeah.
So I just, before I sign off, I just wanted to say thank you for all the well-wishing and the prayers for tomorrow. I'm sure everything will go all right. I hope I don't come out with 2 right arms, but we'll see. But on a more serious note, when I worked federal law enforcement, I worked counterterrorism for quite some time. And all I would ask is, as our country is getting ready to celebrate our 250th birthday, I would ask that everybody just be safe and be aware of your surroundings this year if you're going to be in and around large crowds, stadiums, at concerts, baseball games, or what have you. There are people out there that just don't like us and don't like our way of life that are here. And I would just say that, the best thing you can do for you and your family is to make sure that you are aware of what's going on around you and escape routes should something happen, and making sure that you have an exit to whatever area or forum that you're at. Because what I've learned over the past 20 years is when something bad happens and it's in a large crowd, people are fighting their way to get to a safe area. And a lot of people get hurt and even sometimes killed during when that happens. So just take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And I hope you guys have a great 4th of July holiday, and just be safe out there.
Amen.
All right.
Amen to that, man.
All right, brother.
Well, you stay safe, Nico. And we got the chat being spammed right now with praying hands for you and your surgery.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I would like to, if you don't mind, when you give me updates, I'd like to keep people updated that you're after it went well and all that stuff, and we're worried about you, man.
Yeah. As soon as I could figure out where my phone is and making sure I don't bite my tongue, I'll hit you up.
For sure. Much love, brother.
All right, bro. Be safe, man.
Hey, I will. You have a good day and make sure they do the right thing in that surgery.
Oh yeah.
You got this.
All right, brother.
All right. Catch you later.
See ya.
All right, guys. So for me, I'm going to continue doing Bakersfield live streams. And I think I'm going to do a Nancy Guthrie case talk discussion maybe once to twice a week. Oh, I got Mark the Shark texting me. I do want to go back to Tucson. Obviously, finances are always not the best. July 2nd for no, I will not be in Tucson on July 2nd. The best thing I can do is get to Tucson the week after July, the 4th of July. So I'm looking at maybe the 9th of July leave and then spend maybe a week out there and come back. So if anybody wants to help out with the hotels and stuff, I don't need it right now, obviously, because I won't be going till, around the 9th, I'm guessing. So if anybody wants to help out, obviously expenses are going to be tight, finances are going to be tight, but I'll stay in the cheapest hotel I can find. And yeah, we'll do what we can. I just need to try to get hotel and fuel, and I'll figure that out. I do want to go back. And my goal would be to search with the scooter this time. If Mark, Jim, AJW, any of my buddies out there want to link up and help, that's great. Let's see. Oh, we just had a super chat too. I already hearted it. Are you going to be in Tucson? Oh, I already answered that. Yeah, no, not on July 2nd. I just read that. I totally spaced it. Finances is the only reason why I'm not there. I get that. Yeah, I'll probably I think it's like a little over $500 for a week for a hotel and then gas. So if I could probably go there and back for $1,000 or less. But I will try to get my butt out there soon. I want to search, and then my goal is to stay out of the jail. So I will not be going to the Nancy Guthrie house to live stream. The only thing I might do is go out there and pray. Hopefully I don't get arrested for praying, but we'll see. We'll see. Do you guys is there anybody in the chat that wants to come on live stream real quick and talk and kind of give us some input? I was reading right here. Someone on JLR is saying that human remains have been found in a yard while raking, and they found a finger bone and a few other bones and a piece of a black shirt. They didn't call the police, but someone else did that was in the group. Police are on scene somewhere in North Calvin Road, about 20 miles from Nancy's house. Could this be the break we are all waiting for? That was around 4:55 p.m. on June 27th, which was yesterday. And from my understanding, they're saying that it's not related. Oh, Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, DGL?
Pretty good.
Hey, good to see you.
Hey, good seeing you too, man. How have you been? Where have you been at? What's going on with you? How's life?
I'm in good. I'm in Sedona right now. Freaking amazing out here.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's hot, but nothing AC can't help.
I know. That's why I'm in the house and not live streaming. It's hot. But we've been having a little bit cooler summer so far here in Bakersfield. It's like 85 today. Normally it's over 100. Yeah.
That's cool.
You're talking about possibly going back to Tucson, or?
Yeah, we'll see from here. We'll see. Well, actually, for the July 2nd for Derek Cruella's, I call him Cruella, but for his court hearing, I want to be there for that. Okay. And then depending on if going back, because I want to go back to LA on the 7th. There's a David hearing, but if that gets pushed back, then I can kind of stay out here for a little bit. But I really want to go out there back to LA for that court hearing as well. So okay, we'll see. I'm just gonna play it by ear.
I do kind of want to go back. I do want to search. I'm gonna send Alex an invite real quick too. Try to make sure everyone has a StreamYard link. Mm-hmm. I do want to go back. I want to search, but I think my biggest concern is I don't want to get arrested.
That's a fair point. And we emailed Pima County. We got a response twice.
Really?
Yes.
What'd you guys say? What'd they say?
Okay, so we were asking if we are able to stream out there and do our thing, pretty much. And they gave us a reply, and I have somewhere in one of the phones, I have the replies. I can send it to you, and that
Okay.
way you can kind of have an idea of what they are looking for. You know, like pretty much they said follow the rules, follow the neighborhood rules, follow the laws, and technically you should be okay. Is what they were saying.
So we're allowed to stream in front of Nancy's house now?
I'm not saying that. I'll send you the email.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, right? So I'm like, I don't know. Is this a setup?
It sounds like a setup.
It sounds like a setup.
Should I call the PIO for Pima County real quick? I'll call him right now.
Yeah, call him right now. Let me see if I can grab that email while you're doing that.
All right. I'm going to call him right now.
Okay, cool.
Can you guys hear? You could possibly answer a quick question if you're... They hung up on me. They hung up on me. Ha! What?
What? They hung up?
They hung up on me.
No way.
He said, oh, he's calling me back.
Okay. Grab my AirPods.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I totally just cut out for right when you said I can give you the statement. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I can give you a statement, but the gist of it is if you're out there for a very long period of time and the neighbors or the folks in the neighborhood call the sheriff's department, you'll be talked to. You may get a warning. The second time, they will ask you to leave or face a fine and be arrested. But that was just kind of the Cliff Notes version. Let me send you like the full statement.
Okay.
Is this your cell phone number?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm going to text you our PIO email. And I had a question about streaming in the Nancy Guthrie neighborhood. That'll remind me to send you the statement that we have for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, because I was thinking about going out there. So what I do is I chase scenes around locally where I live at and also around the country. I record scenes and then I sell them to news stations, and I also have a YouTube channel that I live stream on. And I came out there not too long ago. I came out there a couple times, and I was with a volunteer private investigator or searcher, and kind of like showing what he was doing. But that was also around the same time that people were being arrested. And I never in my life have I ever been in fear of being arrested for having a camera. So I guess I want to come back, but I want to make sure that I don't break the laws of any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And the people that got arrested, they had received warnings not to come back or not to do what they were doing, and they did not listen. So,
So you're saying that if I'm out there, I'll get a warning first before I get a ticket? If I'm not supposed, if I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be?
Yeah, it's on a case by case basis, and that's what the
Okay.
statement will say. The neighbors, they have been calling on people. So when they call, we respond, obviously.
Yeah.
One option for you where it's safe and you don't have to worry about being arrested, you could go live from our sheriff's department headquarters.
Okay.
That's one option for you. We have opened up our parking lot. If you're there, like streaming, that's one option that we've given everybody.
Okay. Yeah, because I guess what I was planning on doing was searching, and then I don't know if I'm just trying to touch base on the whole neighborhood thing. I don't know if that's even something I want to do. Maybe go to the sheriff's department and do a little live stream there or something. I don't know. I guess my goal is to not get in trouble, any type of legal trouble whatsoever.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of no trespassing signs out there too in the neighborhood, so you got to be really careful.
Is there trespassing if you're on the public easement? Like if you're on the, I guess you guys have an 8-foot easement between the road and the actual property lines.
I believe that's correct.
So as long as we don't go off the easement, we're okay.
Like I said, it's a case by case.
Okay.
The biggest concern is if the neighbors see you and they they call the department and we have to respond. That's when things get.
Do they make sure that do you guys make sure there's validity to those complaints if there is a complaint?
I believe so, because that's when it comes to our 911 dispatch center.
Okay.
And most of there's a certain few people that live in the neighborhood that we know by name.
Yeah.
That will call if there's issues. And they're the main ones that call. So
yeah, I think the one lady that a lot of people have been having issues with, or not having issues with, I guess you could say that she's been having a lot of issues with the streamers. I've actually talked to her quite a few, and she was just a sweetheart, man. I can't see her being mean like that. She was always nice to me when I was out there, because I was out there in the very beginning of this case, and I talked to her for like 30, 40 minutes at a time, and she just seemed sweet. So
yeah, I mean, what happened was there was a streamer out there that popped a tent out and went to the bathroom inside that tent, and the sheriff had enough of that. So
okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man. And yeah, if you don't mind, I'll shoot you an email just so I can get a copy of that statement. And I just want to make sure that if I do come back out there, I want to stay within, my legal rights. I don't want to break any laws or put myself where I'm gonna get any type of ticket at all. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll send that over so you know.
Absolutely.
And
I appreciate you taking this phone call on a Sunday. So thank you so much.
No problem. You have a good one.
All right, you too, sir. Bye.
All right.
Do you hear all that?
Whoa. Yeah.
I'm not going to
Case
any
by
neighborhood.
case. Yeah.
I'm not going to any neighborhood.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Damn.
The only thing I'm gonna do, bro, is the same thing I did last time. I drive by the house on live stream, say a prayer as I go by the house, and then get the hell out of Dodge and go do my stream. I don't even want to sit in the parking lot. They'll just walk out and arrest me and walk me over to the jail or something, man. I'm cool.
Right. Hassle, man. That's cool you call him, man. That was good.
No, hey, I don't need to get his name, guys, because I got a cell phone number. I legitimately do work for a news company that does what's called news streaming. You can look up this TV show called Shot in the Dark. I work for a gentleman named Zach Holman. He's on that TV show Shot in the Dark. I do have credentials. So with that, I'm able to find ways to contact the PIOs of each county directly. But yes, that was a cell phone number. That was not a public Pima County Sheriff's Department number. That was a personal work phone for their PIO. So
I'm trying to pull up that email. And
real
it's
fast.
on this phone.
Real fast.
It's on this phone. Oh, go ahead.
Emily,
Yeah.
real fast. Really watch the video. She is far from sweet. That is a lie. The entire county is corrupt and should be sued to oblivion, including Sue Ellen for defamation. Okay, guys. So when I personally talked to Sue Ellen before the conflicts with Sue Ellen started, Sue Ellen was a total sweetheart. Okay. Alex saw it happen. JLR saw it. Everybody saw it. She was really nice and sweet at that moment in time. The videos I'm seeing now, besides seeing her face, it doesn't seem like the same lady. She was really nice. She was really nice. And I'm sure Sue Ellen has called and complained 1,000 times over by now. But my interaction with Sue Ellen was not that. Now she's grumpy and I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Shark family, love to the DGL community. Mark has a new channel too. You got a new channel?
Yeah, I gotta move headquarters, but
what do you mean?
I just gotta move the channel to a new fresh channel. Same thing, same old, just a little bit more of travel.
Can I pull it up and share it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead, man. Wasn't trying to do like self-promoting or anything.
I don't care, man. It's what we're here for. Is it just
I
Mark
know,
the
this
Shark?
is your show, man. Yeah, Mark the F Shark 943. I'm trying to get that email on here because if I exit out, it buffers, right? I noticed that I'd buffer.
You got 476 subscribers?
Yeah, we're trying to hit 1,000.
Liar, you got 477. All right, guys, I'm gonna spam this link for Mark the Shark. It's his new channel. He's got a what are you doing on it exactly? You said
it's the same thing, just a little bit more incorporating
travel?
road trips and stuff. Yeah, a little bit more travel with it.
Well, I posted it like 30 times in my chat, so they better go subscribe.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. You got it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Appreciate
You have 501. There we go. I'm gonna post it like 5 more times real quick. Let's see if we can get him up to. He's trying to get up to 1,000. Let's try to help him out, guys. We got 1,700 people in the chat. They can definitely give you guys give you a follow, bro.
Appreciate.
Yeah, that's a Dad's Gonna Live challenge. Let's see if we can get a. That's what it's about, though, dude. It's about trying to help each other out and supporting each other. I think he just texted me too. I just got it. Yeah.
You got the email? Or?
Yeah, I got the. So I'm just gonna email him here in a moment.
Okay.
Do you think that phone call was baloney, or do you think it was legit?
You think that what was? I'm sorry.
That phone call was baloney or legit?
Nah, that was legit. It's case by case the way he was saying it, and but it depends. It's from my understanding, it's at the discretion of the complaint, the officer. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just.
I don't think it's at the discretion of the officer. I think it's at the discretion of the supervisor.
Or the supervisor. There you go. Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
good point.
Hey guys, I'm gonna keep on commenting that link. These other streamers, man, while I was out there, we're all supporting each other. So I want to see Mark get to 1,000, and then I'll stop spamming the link. you're at 630 now.
That's wild, man.
That's good. Wild. You deserve it, bro.
Yeah.
You were kicking ass, especially the Nancy Guthrie stuff. So thanks for
you were too, man. Yeah, we were out there during the night. That shit was crazy, man. Yep. We were out there the night shift, and the reason that I was on night shift was because my sleep was all messed up coming to Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
So I came in. Yeah, I came in and I was just tired, and then just my sleep was just messed up, and I would be up all night. And then that's when I started meeting you, and you were showing me like your cameras and stuff, like your camera, the zoom and all that. The flashlight.
Yep. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I saw you when you first went out there. I think you crashed in your truck the first night down the street from Nancy's, and I thought you were the suspect.
Yeah, they're. I mean,
I was like, who the hell is this guy? You can't
everybody
look
was a
driving by and
suspect.
looking. But then I realized you're a live streamer. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. If you were a live
Yeah.
streamer, I'd be like, what? So
Yeah, just hanging out. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah, it was, man. It was wild, man. Those nights were wild, man.
Yeah, you're at 710 subs now, dude. You're gonna get there. We got this.
That's what's up. We'll do a giveaway. We'll do a
There we
giveaway.
go. Oh, you're gonna do a giveaway? Oh,
Yeah, if we reach 1,000 within 24 hours.
oops.
We started this
Okay.
yesterday, so this is good.
All right, let's do it. I got you. I'm gonna try to help you.
Appreciate that.
I want you to give something
see if
away.
I- Yeah, for sure. Hey, you still have that shirt, the Nancy one?
Oh, the sticker, like the Bring Nancy Home shirt.
Yeah, the one that Nico had.
Yeah, I
the
can
one
just
that the back on that one.
yeah, dude. We got a whole T-shirt printer right here. We can make anything we want. We just click print.
Yeah, that one's a cool shirt.
Dude, I can I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. For you, Mark, and your community, when you get to 1,000 subs, I will supply the shirt that says "Bring Nancy Home" on the back, and on the front, it'll have your Mark the Shark logo.
Boom.
And that'll be a giveaway. Guys, those Nancy shirts will never be for sale from me because I don't believe in selling Nancy merch. But if you guys want to support Bringing Nancy Home, we will give one away for free for Mark the Shark's channel. So when he gets to 1,000 subs, it'll have his logo with the Bring Nancy Home on the back. And my wife will mail it out. All you do is you give Mark, when Mark picks his winner, he just sends me the address and the shirt size, and we'll have it mailed out. So that'd be cool, man. Let's see where you're at.
Heck yeah.
That'd be cool if you hit it right now. You're almost
That
there.
would be
You're at
wild.
760.
760. Wow. Amazing.
That's good. Anyway, so Mark, I guess the question is, do you want to go back and search?
Yes.
Put their crap on.
Love to.
property.
So
Start
what's
digging into your own past.
so Nico's having surgery tomorrow?
Yes, so he's gonna have his basic. From my understanding, they're redoing his shoulder socket and putting like a synthetic one in, and it's basically a reverse socket where they're flipping it backwards because his rotator cuff's messed up or something.
Rotator cuff. Wow.
Yeah, basically, the more he talks about it, the more I squint because it sounds extremely painful. That is one tough mother fudger. He is tough.
Yeah. How long is it going to be out for? Do you know?
I think 3 weeks. I think the recovery he'll have to. I think he said he'll have to be in a sling for 3 weeks, but I'm assuming that the recovery is case by case.
Okay.
At least that's my thought.
3 weeks. It's not too bad.
No, I mean I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a month or longer for him to be able to get out and about again. So, but man, that dude, he's smart, dude. He's not just smart, but he's got like the experience. You know, there's not a lot of Nikos in the world, and we need more of them.
Yeah, he's
Just
one
my
of a
thought.
kind.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Someone said I
was
just had surgery
yeah.
and it takes more than 3 weeks. 12 weeks.
Yeah, I was out here searching with a PI as well. So man, it's like the knowledge that these PIs have and searching and just like the experience, as you were saying, it's phenomenal. And man, I would love to like link up with you and Nico and just be a fly on the wall, man, to listen to what he has to say. Because we do have a lot of missing people over here in California, in the forest, and LA National Forest too.
So I have a lady out here that lives. Her mom went missing like 10 miles away from my own house, and I'm waiting on her to actually text me back. And as soon as she's ready, I'm gonna try to bring that case to light. So if you ever feel like coming to Bakersfield and tag teaming that, I'm all for it. Her mom, I'll talk about the details off live stream with you if you want, but when she's ready, I'll bring it to the light.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. A lot of missing people out there.
Yes. And then, like you said, up in the mountains, the forests and stuff, there's a lot. And the way Nico was telling me, the cases that are easier to solve or the people that are easier to find, it's when the criminality is involved. Because humans are habits of nature. And if you can find the criminality aspect of it, then you can move forward with trying to find out where they might have put her or him.
Wow.
He told me a lot of interesting stuff. Have you found any other cases you're trying to cover?
Yeah, I was covering the Rebecca Harrell, Jake Harrell case. That's
Baby
the one that I
Emmanuel?
was covering first. Yeah, Baby Manuelito. That one came to a close. She got 14 years.
Have they found
for-
Baby Emmanuel yet?
No answers, nothing. And I think it should be part of the deal, the plea deal. If you're gonna get a plea deal, you should say what happened, where Manuelito is, and that you just don't have to say a word. Just plead guilty and that's it.
I saw some people saying that Baby Emmanuel was behind the house. And when I was out there, I went behind the house with a drone and on that public easement between the house and the freeway. There's no evidence of anything being buried back there at all. And then also the house that burnt down the street, that I have contact with that homeowner. There's some drugs and stuff that were going on at that house when those people were squatting there, but that was it. I don't think Baby Emmanuel was there either.
Yeah, you searched that house, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a video on YouTube, I think, about it.
Oh, wow. I'll check that out.
Yeah, I don't know if we were there at the same time or not, but that case pulled on my heartstrings, man. Still does.
Yeah, it was wild.
What do you think happened to Baby Emmanuel?
I think the dad just lost it. Because they when I was there, the DA was saying that they do have evidence that it was an ongoing thing and he succumbed to his injuries. And then when that happened, he just disposed of him. Sorry to say it like that, but that's
Yeah,
how I think.
but it's the truth.
I think that's what might have happened.
Do you think that he was discarded in a dumpster, or do you think he was buried somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, that could be it. It could be that. I don't see Jake going out there in that area, because I went out there to that area where he had some of the law enforcement go out there and search. And
On the side of the freeway?
Going out. Yeah, the side of the freeway, the way that side of the side of the freeway is, and the way that it's off to the road. There's a lot of CHP. It's just, it doesn't make sense. And I don't see that dude hiking anywhere out there. I just think he just did the lazy thing. And
It was Cabazon, right?
yeah, Cabazon. Yeah, Cabazon, California.
Here, I'm gonna do this real quick, actually. So I guess what I want to say is if I can pull this up, I was gonna show you somewhere where I thought about searching.
Okay.
So this is Cabazon. Oh, add to stage. There we go. We're in Cabazon. I think his house was it on Ramona? Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, there he is.
Okay, because I was there when the guy right across the street, the security guy, he does like surveillance cameras and stuff. He flipped out on everybody.
Oh, you were there? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you there too?
I think I might have watched it, but I might have been. Yeah. But
this isn't that far, right? So look it. I thought, what if he came up here and came up the 243? Look at how far up this mountain this thing goes, dude, all the way across.
Oh, wow.
And then it comes all the way up to 74 Mountain Center. I have been wanting time and time again just to drive this route and just see if there's like any areas within like off the side of the road where somebody could bury something. And there's also another one right off Cabazon, a dirt road somewhere. Sally's like these dirt roads up in here. I was always wanting to see if there's any public access, because I know at his house you can look at this big mountain right here, and it looks like
Mhm.
there's dirt roads going up to it. So I've been wanting to like take my 4-wheel drive up there and obviously go somewhere where you can get to in a car like he had, but see if there's anything up here that might resemble an old grave. You know, like how I found that dog grave near Nancy's house. It was like 15, 20 miles away. Like I want to find something small like that because baby Emmanuel would be in a small, if he is in a grave, he'd be in a small grave. And I know Jake is a bad person. He's a bad person. I don't think he's a good person. I'm gonna say it. He's the devil to be able to do this to kids. Because he also has another kid that he abused too, right?
Yeah.
And not even that, but we drove to an undisclosed location. I'm not gonna dox his family, but I went out there with one of my friends that has a YouTube and Facebook page. He does a news thing. My friend Eddie. And we went to Jake's mother's house and went to knock on the door. Jake's stepdad is a complete, I'm just going to cuss right now. Cover your ears if you have kids. It's a complete asshole. That guy came out cussing us out, threatening us and everything. And 2 days before that, for the 2 days leading up to that day, the mother was willing to talk to us. Then all of a sudden we show up at her house and the stepdad comes out flipping out on us, cussing us out. So yes, the guy with lazy eye Hannah. Yeah. And then
that would have been a good interview.
It would have been really good. And then the burnt down house was like right here somewhere. I think it was just right down the street, right? It was this one, I think.
Right. Yeah, that
has
one.
a fence
That
in the
one
front
right there.
yard.
Yeah.
This one?
Right there. Let me see. I mean, it was like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 houses down or something. I mean, it was really close.
Yeah, close. One house in the corner. I think it was this one right here. I think. Yeah, because there's a trailer in the back. Nope, this one is a trailer. So it was this one.
Okay.
And there's a chain link fence right here. We had to hop the chain link fence, and I told I had the owner text me to give me permission in case someone called the cops. And dude, we were flipping over boards in the bottom of the trailer because there was like, it would stink, dude, like rotten meat. It was just gross.
Wow.
They had like food like stashed in like ice chests and stuff when that place burnt. And then after the fire, they didn't clean nothing up. It was just nasty, dude.
It's still like that. There's still a mess out there.
It's still like that?
Yeah. I went there not too long ago. You know, sometimes I'll drive by there just to see. And it's still like that.
Well, when I come back along the 10, dude, I drive past that and I always remember about baby Emmanuel.
Yeah, man. Those areas that you were thinking about searching, man, that would be a good good trip, you know, road trip to see what's out there.
Yeah. I'm for it if you're for it. And then that dumpster that everybody was talking about is right here, right just down the street. See it right here. It's got a little like duplex area. They were speculating that maybe they discarded clothing or maybe even dumped him in there, but I don't know. I hope not. I would like to find out that he was buried somewhere, and so they can actually put his remains in a, somewhere that they belong. I can't think of the name right now. But when would you want to go out there if you want to go?
Probably in June, July, maybe at the end of July.
I'm all for it.
August.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, there's a couple back roads that go up these mountains and they zigzag. But we would have to find one that's not 4-wheel drive, something that you can access in a vehicle. Something he can I think his goal would have been to access it to where he can, pay tribute to his child, visit his child. Because I don't think that he didn't love him. I just think he's a piece of shit that abused him. I don't know. Let's see what the chat
that is, man. Look how vast that is. But yeah, that's one of the cases. And then the David case is another one that I've been going to every single court hearing on that in LA.
Oh, is that the rapper?
Yeah, the rapper, 14-year-old. It was he allegedly killed a 14-year-old, dismembered her, put her in 2 bags, cut her finger, because she had his name on there. So cut
In the
her finger.
Tesla.
Yeah, in the Tesla, black Tesla, and put her right there, right by the house, like 3 minutes away from his house. And it got towed because it wasn't moved. Went down to the Hollywood tow yard, and then people were complaining, the staff, that there was a foul order. Cops were called. Cops came, got a warrant, opened it up, and it was Celeste Rivas in there, dismembered.
Remember
14
that?
years.
I remember when they
14
found
years,
it.
yeah. Yeah. Some wild story. So I've been doing that. That's on July 7th. So we'll see, but it's supposedly it's going to get moved forward.
Yeah.
So if it's leaning towards that, it's going to get pushed back again, and I can kind of hang out here in Arizona because I really love the just everything out here, and that way I don't feel rushed to go out there. Because I was also thinking about going to Texas from here, if it does get pushed.
What's in Texas?
Just some family. Go visit some family.
Okay.
Yeah. Since I'm out here, go visit some family, and just road trip. Go out for a road trip.
That's cool, man. I got someone else that just joined in. Do you care if we bring a viewer in the live stream, or do you ever do those?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna get going. I'll send you the email.
Okay,
But I gotta
for
get
sure.
going. All
Appreciate
right,
you, Mark.
Jacob. Take care. Yeah, take care.
Make sure you guys go sub up to Mark the Shark's new channel. I know I
I
subbed.
appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
You're at
You're the best.
857. You're gonna hit 1,000 tonight.
Wow.
Let's
Thank you.
go, dude.
Oh, let's go. Bye-bye.
All right, later, brother. Hello. Hello.
You're at 857. You're gonna hit 1,000.
We got Becky in the chat. Nope. 5, 4.
Hey, Jacob.
3.
I was hoping that
there.
Mark would hang around.
Oh, he
Can you hear
just
me?
left. Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Jacob?
Oh. Kicked him out only because I couldn't hear him. All right, guys. If no one else wants to come in, I think I'm gonna take off. So we'll give it another minute, and then it's already 3:00. I'm going to run around tonight. We'll be chasing calls in the streets of Bakersfield. Oh, Becky's back in. I can hear you now. Hello. Can you hear me? I'm waving at her. She waving back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you there now?
I'm not sure what's going on. I cannot hear you.
Hello. We got Justine in here too.
All right. I am going to jump off and jump back in again. We'll try maybe third time's a charm.
Okay, for sure.
Oh my God.
She's still got. Hello.
I'm not sure what's going on. I cannot hear you.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and end it, guys. I'll do another one here in a couple days. I think I'm gonna do a Nancy Guthrie or a studio live stream every couple days. I will keep you guys up to date with Nico's surgery and recovery, and then also I will be going to Arizona probably a week or two from now, maybe the 9th. We'll have to see. It depends on when we do my son's birthday party, because his birthday's on the 6th. So I will definitely keep you guys updated. Much love, guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys tonight. And as we move on, into July, I'll keep you guys updated on when I can go to Tucson. When this live stream is over, please do me a favor and come back and leave a comment praying for Nico. And then let me see. Where am I going to redirect you guys? It doesn't show that anybody's live right now, so I'm just going to send you to a generic live stream. My buddy's got the scanner audio playing right now here in Bakersfield, California. Much love. Peace out. And I'll see you guys soon.